Well, just got out of class. Feeling pretty good. I just chugged. What's that drink called? What's that really bad energy drink called? Chugged a Rockstar. Tasted like battery acid. But hey, I'm feeling pretty good. My class just ended, and we are going for a ride. Am I leaking oil? Oh, tight turn, watch it, cars. I am not in the mood. Oh, I guess who is ever in the mood to get in an accident, you know? I mean, obviously not me, but maybe somebody is, I don't know. Apparently, if you get in an accident, if your insurance coverage is pretty good, you could probably potentially get a whole new bike. Now, I'm not gonna do it, but I've heard of stories of people crashing their bikes intentionally to get that insurance coverage for a new bike, you know? It couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. I wouldn't do that. I'm just kidding. Calm down, jeez. So we are back with another video. How exciting. Thank you all for all the support on the last couple of videos. I really appreciate it. You guys just went and you guys just blew up the channel. I mean, blew up in the sense like it blew up to like 100, you know. There's small explosions too, you know. I'm not saying you guys went and made me viral or anything, but hey, any support is good support. I hate these roundabouts. Don't try it, people. Don't try it. Alrighty then. Dude, don't ride by these freaking farms with cows and stuff. If it smells bad in your car, it smells 10 times as worse on a motorcycle. I'm telling you right now, don't do it. It smells like death and depression over here. It smells like lost hopes and dreams. It smells like underneath the basement. Not in the basement, I mean like underneath the basement, whatever's going on down there. No, but today I just kind of want to ride out to anywhere, honestly. Just have a good time, just enjoy the weather. Apparently it's gonna rain tomorrow, so, you know, no time like the present to ride. I sound like a dang Fast and Furious character. There's no time like the present to ride. What are you doing? What are you doing? Ooh, biker. Family's all we need. Family and Corona. But it is a very nice day. Nice little overcast, so it's not too hot. If there's not an overcast and you're riding in the straight heat, I mean, it sounds like a good idea because it's like, oh, you gotta go out on this nice, beautiful, sunny day. But you end up at a red light and you start to question your life decisions, you know? You start to realize, oh, wow, maybe full leather gear wasn't a great idea. You think I could, like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Let's go right here. Today I kind of want to talk about the Sportster, and there's tons of videos about the Sportster, so I'm not saying anything new. I have a hot take, a very hot take about this bike. A lot of people hate this bike. A lot of people think this is the girl bike of the Harleys. It's widely shunned by a lot of people in the Harley community, and it's easy to see why. It's a much smaller bike in comparison to those wide glides or Softails, the fat boys of the community. It's very small in comparison. Now, that being said, small doesn't mean that it's not powerful. Small doesn't mean that it's not mighty, okay? And I mean, to be honest, you know, I'm a little bit biased. It's my first bike, but at the same time, whoa, brother, whoa. At the same time, like, there's so much to love about this bike, and in such a small package, you know. That being said, I am riding the 1200 version, not the 883, so I can't really say that the 883 is the best bike ever, because I've never rode it. But what I can tell you is that this bike has kept up with almost every bike that I've rode with. I haven't really had a problem. I haven't ever felt like I was struggling to keep up. Now, people might have been slowing down for me or something, but I mean, very nice of you to move over for me. People might have been slowing down for me, but but I've never like felt that this bike was really trying its hardest to keep up. I was riding this bike at a level where I thought I was comfortable with, which I do recommend for any new rider, to just ride at a level you're comfortable with. But once I got really comfortable with where I was riding at, I started to give it a little bit more power, a little bit more throttle, and something amazing happened. It let me do it. Sometimes you're riding something and you try to give it more throttle, and it's just like, oh, sorry, you know, that's all we got for you, buddy. Oh, you thought there was more power in this bike? No, that's pretty much it. 0 to 60 in however many seconds that was. I'm gonna watch it back and see about that. But I mean, come on, I am not struggling at these speeds. I'm going 75 right now in a 75. And it is just cruising along. Like, I love this bike. I love it so much. I love it. Are you trying to pass me up? No, sir. See, why is every time... Oh, biker. I think you missed the memo about the two-finger wave. Every time I'm riding, it seems like one of my mirrors is messed up. Why is that? Why can't I never just have two functioning mirrors? Ever. But like I was saying, this bike for a new rider, first of all, I think it has everything. I think it's the perfect thing for a new rider. When I was buying my first bike, one of my criteria was I didn't want to buy something that I then had to upgrade. You know, let's focus up here. Hello, officer. I'm riding safe. I was looking for something that I didn't have to upgrade after I got comfortable with how to handle the bike and how to ride and the basics of riding. That's what they recommend to a lot of people. They recommend that you get something that you can grow on and learn on. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to just go straight into whatever I was going to ride and then ease myself into it. If you have self-control and are able to control your throttle, I feel like you can get whatever bike you really want, to be honest. There's tons of cases where people got like a 1000cc bike right off the bat and were able to handle it. That might be different for the sports bikes, but I'm speaking from my experience. What's going on up there? Are they stopping for a goose or something? Oh, thank God the cop turned. Okay, now we can pass all these cars. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But when I actually got a bike, I was like, I'm not gonna skimp out. I grew up believing that if you have the money, get what you want. Don't go out and get something that's other people's trash just because you're new and don't want to like spend a bunch of money. If you have the money, get it. So that's what I did. I was like, I'm not really gonna settle for a bike that I actually don't want, or I'm not gonna want in a week, you know what I mean? So I just, you know, I waited for the right thing, and eventually the right thing came along. Honestly, a lot of people told me not to get this. A lot of people in the biker community that I knew, I talked to, and they said, no, go get the Dyna, go get a Road Glide, like go get something bigger, man. I promise you, you're not gonna like it after like a year. Well, I'll tell you what, it's been a year, and they were right. I don't like it. I want to switch. No, I'm kidding. It's been a year, and I'm loving it even more. The more I get comfortable on this bike, the more I like it. I can easily accelerate. That wasn't a great example. It has great control, very maneuverable, very light in comparison to other Harleys. I'm not saying it's the lightest bike out there. Definitely not the lightest bike out there, but in comparison to other Harleys, this is a pretty light bike. So let's just see if we can demonstrate some of the power of this bike. What other beginner cruiser, beginner in quotes, what other beginner cruiser can do that kind of stuff, you know? I looked at the Honda Rebel, I looked at the Yamaha Bolts, okay? You know what? Why am I even waving anymore? I mean, come on. I hope this isn't an undercover cop. Here's how you determine if somebody's an undercover cop. Look at how dirty their car is. And if their car hasn't been washed in like a month, they're not a cop. Safe to assume. What is my recommendation for new riders? My recommendation is to go out and get something that you want. Obviously be smart about it. Ooh, I'm hitting some jumps over here, my goodness. Oh, that's a cool wrap. Leave it in the comments, should I wrap this motorcycle? And what would I wrap it with, you know? I always wanted to do like a black and gold design for my motorcycle, but I don't know if that's something I want to do with this bike. Leave it red, but just let me know, I'm curious. I'm gonna stop in here and get some gas. And you know, with that, that's the video, man. Don't look at me, man. I'm not in the mood. That was a great little ride. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you back here next time. Deuces. But it's kind of hot out here, actually. I should go gamble.